morning tea. I'm gonna move this. Okay. Not perfect, but okay. Good morning. Today is a day. Today is the day. And welcome to Auntie. So we've been talking about the importance of growing our own food now that we know that benefits are going away and we're going to be working, 8 hours a month minimum in order to get assistance. But when you do that, here's the other kicker. It's very interesting. When you actually put in work requirements, what happens is that your benefit gets bust down. So by hundreds. So what happens is that your benefits get bust down, and so the more you work, the less benefits you get. So even though you're still getting assistance, it may be so much less than what you have been getting before, $400 or $500 less. And so where's the balance? And then it also depends on what you are non-working for, like kids that have special needs, and grandparents or parents that we're taking care of. Like there are things that we are getting support for because we have to, and it's no fault of our own. We're out working, but and it's not like there's nobody getting rich off of welfare. There's nobody, I promise you, nobody getting rich off of the system. It ain't happening. So then you have to create the balance, find the balance, and decide what what's more important to you. You probably will go and try to find full-time work. The kicker is, what kind of work are you eligible for? Are you that you meet the requirements for? And then, if you don't have the requirements, what are you going to do? Are you going to take the jobs in the fields? Are you going to replace the workers that have been displaced? Probably not. Unless you really somehow want to do that type of work. Anyway, what I'm saying is that there are all these like caveats and catch-22s. So again, there's nobody becoming wealthy off of assistance. So what I also wanted to talk about, by the way, I am Nina. Welcome to my channel. This is Black to the Earth, where we empower, encourage, and enrich the lives of other families that are wanting to grow food for themselves in their yards, on the land that they own, to feed themselves, to help supplement purchasing groceries. It's a skill that we had obviously before, and since everything is so convenient, you just go to the store and get your own stuff. Why in the world would you grow your own if you couldn't, if you didn't have to? And I think one of the reasons for me is that it can be more nutrient dense than what we have at stores. You know what I'm saying? Like that's so mass produced. The soil is so nutrient deficient that we just eat like lettuce that's just water with some fibers on it. You know what I mean? Instead of being dense and nutritious and green. So being able to grow food like that, it will benefit us in all kinds of ways. And then just nurturing up things, growing up things, and um, maybe wanting to be a little bit different. We are a little bit different, I would say. Um, who wants to grow watermelons in the backyard? I want to grow watermelons in my backyard. I'm so freaking thrilled. You don't know how that bird would keep on flying. You don't know how hard. I was gonna think how hard it is to grow this stuff. But anyway, you don't know like the joy that you get. Like I will just stand in front of my watermelons here. There's 5 of them, and I will seriously just stare at them. I'll go and I'll turn them around to make sure I get some even space, and I'm just I'm just like talking to them like, let's go guys, we gotta grow ourselves up, become great watermelons, nice and round, sugar baby watermelons. Cause I'm psyched, dude. That's one less thing I gotta buy. Come on, come on. I gotta wait a few months for them to produce and be able to eat them. Come on, my kids will eat this shit. Oh my gosh, you give me a course. Of course I want to do that. Of course I want to grow my own watermelons. But don't let it fool you. It is a challenge. It can be hard. And it can be disappointing. Like when I was trying to grow potatoes and I thought I was growing potatoes, but I wasn't growing anything but compost. Yeah, that didn't feel so good. That don't feel so good. But I'm over it, and we're growing a couple of more potatoes over on the back patio and cardboard box. Matter of fact, a very super sturdy cardboard box. And I have a couple more that are out that I'm probably going to plant somewhere with something. I just got to find something. And I don't know how many people. I know that there are people who go around to pick up the bulk and brush and bulky, because I see them driving around. They have trailers and they'll pick up metals or anything they think is useful. So I call myself being like one of those people, just like in my car, and going around trying to find things that I can use. Like I'm not even embarrassed to jump up out of my car and dig through your trash. Like I don't really care if it's your trash, but it's another man's woman's treasure. So look at your stuff and just seeing if you fit. But I haven't found anything. I need like cages. Cages would be great. I have netting to grow the viney plants, and then but I need some caging back here for my watermelons and cucumbers and cantaloupe crop. Whenever they decide to show their faces, the cantaloupe and the cucumbers, yeah. I don't know what they're doing. They're just hanging out and they're housing some white flies. So I'm gonna have to break out the soap and water and oil or neem or whoever and go spray those down. But you know, they're not doing their thing. I guess they're flowering, but they're not growing it fruiting. They're not fruiting. So I hope that will change soon. And I had already thinned out the tomatoes, just they're cherry tomatoes. I know I have, and then I don't know if I can find a seed packets, but there were these tomatoes that are not cherry. They're both like that big tomatoes, maybe a little bit bigger. Super round. They look like gigantic cherry tomatoes. But they're bigger than that, so you kind of like have to cut it. You could pop a whole thing in your mouth, but you probably want to cut it. So that's what I do. So I don't even know what it is. I don't even know where I got those seeds from. But so hopefully they'll make their growing a little tiny bit, and I'm sure they'll make a recovery. But I'm really super excited about it. My tomatoes back here, the ones that were mentioned by Jess that fruits, the refuge farms. I don't know if there is atomic grape. I don't know why I don't know this information, but whatever. So there's two different types of cherry tomatoes. One's like a dark, like elongated, kind of dark purple-ish one, and one's I think it's berries cherries, or they're like yellow cherry tomatoes that are supposed to be super super good, super sweet. So I'm psyched about those, but none have come in yet, and that's okay. They take a little bit. I'm happy that I got the seeds, and was able to plant them, and then they did their job, because I definitely purchased seeds before that did not grow at all, and that's very disappointing. And also, why not learn how to grow our own food?